Alright, good morning everyone. Today is Friday, September 2nd, 2011. Just going to go over the trades that we took this morning and the trades that we took last night. And that's it. Dwayne went over a tweet in the partners meeting last night, right at the end of the meeting. Dwayne tweeted out to everyone to put a sell stop at 98 last night. And I'll bring you to where the market was at the time. It wasn't anything off of this chart that prompted him to do that. All right, but I'll just show you where he was, where the market was, and where we were. I put in a sell stop right here at 98, and I bought it back a few minutes later right here. Well, actually right here at 94. All right, I had a 4-point. I was thinking it was going to get down to the zone here from that, and it did. It got down to the zone, but I was just looking for 4 points out of it. I was trying to not be greedy on that in that particular instance. All right, so we had a couple of things from there this morning on the ES and the YM. I didn't take any YM trades this morning. I was focused on the ES quite a bit. The first trade of the morning was right here. I think I ended up taking 4 ticks out of this one this morning. You see, we pulled back here. We had the bubble, and we pulled back to the BBC, and it went up and it hit my profit target. And once it hit the profit target, I had moved my stop up to plus 1 point. All right, so it got me out here at plus 1 point. And then it turned around and it went back and forth a little bit. I missed this trade over here. I tried to fill, but I didn't fill, so I didn't wait around for it to pull back down because it went up here to plus a point where I would have moved my stop up to break even. Now, the actual trade on this, you had the bubble down here, the pullback down to the BBC. All right, so had I filled on that one, I would have gotten a break even on it. Maybe a plus 1 tick, maybe not. I did take this trade over here. All right, we got down, the BBC got down below the elbow extension, and we had a bubble, and price pulled back. The trade that I actually took was a mistake. I took this one over here instead of this one up here. This is the one I should have taken right here. This is the one I actually took right here, but either way, they both gave 2 points. We didn't get a second trade here because we didn't get a second bubble. All right, all the way through here, we didn't get any more bubbles. Over here, we got another bubble, and we got a long trade right here. It pulled back down to the BBC. I went long, and I had moved my stop. Once it got up here near the profit target, I had moved my stop up to plus a tick. So I got a tick out of that one when it came back down and hit me. All right, I did not try to get back into it right here. Though right here, this was a trade set up on the 10K, I believe, on the 10,000 contract chart. Had this set up right here at the same time. Anyway, we got another bubble and we got another pullback over here for another opportunity. We did take that one and we got 2 points out of that. And that was the last one that we took this morning. So the total on the morning, and I'm trying to bring up the DOM here. Now I have it spread out over a couple of DOMs because I took a trade last night and I took trades this morning. So we had 17 ticks total on this DOM on the ES, and then 21 ticks total on this one. All right, so overall we had 38 ticks total between the two accounts that I traded in, and that was including last night's. All right, so we had 38 ticks positive on the ES, and on the YM, I'll go over the trades that set up, but I didn't take a single trade this morning on the YM. Okay, hang on a second. We'll let this thing show its face here, and I just wasn't paying too much attention to the YM this morning. All right, because I usually use a 7 ticks risk on it, and after this volatility right here with the employment news that came out, or unemployment news, or lack of employment news, and the rate came out at 9.1%, which was the same as last month. I was thinking I would just leave the YM alone for the most part, as long as I had plenty to do in other places, and I did. The start of the day right here, there was a pullback with some divergence right here. There was a pullback right here to the BBC. I didn't take this trade, but it was there if somebody wanted to take it. And then with the divergence, even if you didn't take the pullback, you could have taken the close beneath the MA1 with the divergence right here. Okay. The next trade, we had a bullish cross right here, and a pullback down to the BBC, you could have taken this trade right here. I know it doesn't look like much, but from right here up to the top of this one, I believe was 19 points, something like that, 18 or 19 points. So you would have at least had a break even on that, taking your risk off of the trade, maybe locked in some profit. All right. Then we started to get divergence down here. Now, when you get divergence like this, that's when you start to look for a close above the MA1, as long as the MA1 is above the BBC. We did get a close above the MA1, but it was way above the MA1, so I was saying wait for a pullback down toward the MA1 to get into this, and then once it pulled all the way back down, it went right through it. Then I was saying wait for a close, an up close above the MA1, and that's what we got right there. All right, with the divergence for the move up. Again, I didn't take any of these trades. We had a bearish crossover here with a beautiful pullback right here. This was a valid trade, right on, textbook trade for the YM. All right, we didn't end up getting any divergence trades in here because we got the divergence right here, but we didn't have a close below the MA1. We had a bullish cross over here with a pullback right here, another textbook trade for the YM. And we had some divergence over here. We didn't get a close above until right here. All right, so this close above right here worked out perfectly. If you entered right there, I don't know exactly how many ticks are in that bar right there, but I'm guessing there's probably 20 anyway. And that was it on the YM. So there was plenty of opportunity on the YM. I didn't take advantage of any of it, unfortunately. But I did get 38 ticks on the ES this morning. Between the two, between the trade last night and this morning's trading, I got 38 ticks on the ES. So overall, another good day, and I think I'm going to end this recording here, and that's it.